Rick Stroud of the Tampa Bay Times says Tom Brady is indeed returning to the Bucs today. He may turn around and leave once he recognizes that in addition to Ryan Jensen, who's been gone since early in camp with a knee injury, they've yet to fully diagnose because the swelling hasn't gone down. Tristan Wirfs is day-to-day with an oblique strain. Now Aaron Stinnie out for the season with a torn ACL and MCL suffered in this weekend's preseason game at Tennessee. Third offensive lineman to get injured during training camp, and this one we definitely know is a season ender. Wirfs probably will be back sooner than later. Jensen will be back later than sooner. Stinnie won't be back at all, and it's another blow to that middle of the offensive line with Stinnie. That's the vulnerable spot for Tom Brady, Chris.
It is. It's concerning. I mean, it makes you. Yeah, it's. I worry about that. Certainly, I do. And you look at their schedule and some of the defenses they got to play early on in the year, and now they're going to be, relying on a unproven center, maybe now a rookie. The Luke Gadecki, who they drafted was at the second or third round. I can't remember exactly off the top of my head. He's going to get thrown into the fire here. So yeah, there's some issues that, quite frankly, they're more important with the Buccaneers than most teams. It's not Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes or Joe Burrow or Justin Herbert. We know it's an issue. There's no doubt. You look at any game they've lost the last few years, it's boom. It's a team that can get pressure on Brady, period. He's not going to get outside the pocket, make plays that way. He's not necessarily going to stand in there and take a lot of shots either. So that's where it's like, whoa. It does make you think a little differently of them and how they can, kind of make this all work. They have a really damn good team. Brady is smart. I know he'll know how to get the ball out of his hands, but I don't care what you say. It is a little concerning for a team that we look at as a Super Bowl contender.
Yeah, absolutely. And, they got that game in Dallas coming up 20 days from now, and we saw how they moved Micah Parsons around last year. If there's a weakness up the middle, could we see Micah Parsons? I mean, whether as linebacker blitzing up the middle,
sure,
or hell, in certain circumstances, just have him put his finger in the dirt. If they can't stop anybody up the middle, they ain't going to be able to stop him. That's for sure.
Well, no. I think there's a lot of things there. Is this group going to be experienced enough when it stunts and certain blitzes to pick up things the right way and communicate and pass guys off the right way? That's certainly something to watch out for here. But yeah, big blow for a team that we know has been really good up there in that department here the last few years. They can overpower you in the run game, and they can create a wall for Brady to throw, and that's when he's dangerous. But yeah, it's definitely something to watch here early on in the year when, like we saw, Cowboys, Saints week 2, Green Bay, Kansas City, they got some studs on the defensive line, that's for sure.
Speaking of the Saints, there's been quiet optimism that receiver Michael Thomas, who hasn't played much the last 2 seasons, suffered an ankle injury against the Bucs week 1 in 2020, that he'll be good to go. Coach Dennis Allen says that Thomas is dealing with a hamstring injury. He hasn't played in the preseason yet this year. I mean, we'll see. With the hamstring, though, it's got to be tough for Thomas because he is champing at the bit to get back to play. When you get the hamstring, you just got to give it time to rest and recover, or you're constantly going to be dealing with it. It's going to grab. You're going to have setbacks. Every time you try to open it up, that's when it's going to get you. And it's unfortunate because it was feeling like we were going to see him right out of the gates. Now, Chris, I think we just have to wait and see what happens.
Yeah, hopefully it's precautionary, all right? Hopefully it's just like, hey, it's tweaked a little bit or it's a little tight and whatever else. Because, yeah, I would like to see him, Jarvis Landry, Chris Olave, who looked pretty good the other night, all together on the field. They can be, dangerous group, an unforgotten or a forgotten dangerous group. But, I also like to point out, you did say champing at the bit. I think it's chomping, just to let you know.
It is champing. No, it's champing.
It's champing?
Yeah.
What?
It may be one of those things where it has been said so incorrectly for so long that it's now
What is champing?
acceptable.
I don't even know what that is.
It's you champing with your teeth. It's I don't know. It's ready to go. Just look it up.
Okay. Either way, it's one of those that's
break in a
stupid. It should be chomping.
Look it up.
Then. It should be chomping.
I know.
A bit.
Well,
Yeah.
it's a situation where stupidity takes over what it actually is. Like irregardless. Like irregardless is a word.
That's
now
just stupid.
Because,
but
well, okay. You mentioned Matt Corral earlier in the program. Yeah. The 3rd-round rookie quarterback of the Carolina Panthers is out for the year with a Lisfranc injury in his foot. That happened the other night. It was P.J. Walker for the Panthers, then Matt Corral. Walker had to come back because they weren't playing either Baker Mayfield or Sam Darnold. And this hurts not because anyone expected him to play this year, but this was a great opportunity for him to be the third quarterback, practice, be around, get in it. Because after this year, who knows what direction they go. Mayfield's contract's up. Darnold's contract's up. Corral's got 4 years, 3 after this year. He could have been the guy next year and still could be, but it's going to be harder to do if he can't do anything physically this season.
That's right. I mean, either way, they're going to, if Baker and Sam aren't there, they're going to bring somebody else in. They're not going to be like, oh, here you go, Matt Corral. But, as I said last segment, don't like the look at all. He's small. He's way too small. And that worries me. And it does not look like, he's in the same stratosphere as Malik Willis or Kenny Pickett. So I might take one on the chin this year as far as my quarterback rankings. I'm not feeling too confident about that one. Unfortunate, you're right, because you figured he'd probably get some good amount of reps here in the preseason game number 3, and they didn't protect him and all that. But just the look of it was discouraging for me at least. And, it's unfortunate that he's not going to get those reps. And a guy that was, somewhat raw to begin with coming out of Ole Miss. And now you don't get to, like you say, become a little more seasoned to playing NFL quarterback. So stinks for him. That's too bad. And, we'll see where it goes for him as the injury gets healed up and going into next year.
By the way, it is champing, not chomping. But chomping has come to replace champing because everybody says chomping. But it technically and correctly is champing.
You're too smart. Shut up. I don't even like you, okay?
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.